So we're continuing our look into the player pathway striking section, and this is really dealing with the coach's role in the whole thing. So we want to develop good strikers. We can't make anybody become a good striker. And there are some players who are playing inter-county hurling who are not good strikers. But for us as coaches, our job, number one, is to know if a player is a good striker or if they're not a good striker. After that, if we know somebody's not a good striker, we can prescribe work for them. So how do we know they're a good striker? First of all, they've got the correct grip. They can perform the full swing on their left and on their right, and a half swing on their left or right. They have the correct body shape. They can strike long and short. And they're able to perform this skill in a match situation. So this is a match situation, and where in these types of scenarios, striking is very, very difficult. This is the first few seconds of the All-Ireland final last year, but it falls to one player, and he is able to get his shot away and get a score, maybe in an emergency situation. So pressure from opposition causes an emergency shot. And very often forwards have to contort their body into different shapes to be able to get scores. We've slowed down these so we can see more. John Conlon moving away from goal on the swivel or on the turn to score. Cathal McInerney moving away from goal, contorts his body, kind of a U-shaped swing, gets the score. He gets 2 identical points on this day. Peter Duggan moving towards goal, afraid of a hook, does a short swing in order to get the ball over the bar. Again, Tony Kelly, ball is played by the sideline. He's sandwiched between the Cork defence and the sideline. Quite a difficult skill, quite a difficult angle, but he manages to get the score. And it takes a lot of confidence, a lot of composure, a lot of concentration and a lot of commitment to nail these scores. You can imagine here, as two players are converging on him again, one for a hook, one for a block, how difficult it would be to stay focused on the shot, but that's the genius of him. Again, in an All-Ireland semi-final, John Conlon, sandwiched between Aidan Hart and the sideline, manages to get his score. So these are emergency shots for emergency situations. There's another option now, which is a half swing, maybe when you're not able to get the full swing, or where you only need to pass the ball 30 metres or so. And it's different to the full swing. David Reedy, half swing, gets the score. Here we have 3 passes, 1, 2, 3, and we'll look at the remainder of that later on. David McInerney in an All-Ireland semi-final, half swing. Conor Cleary, half swing just to get the ball away. Colm Galvin, half swing to get the ball away, and Peter Duggan gets his shot. And then we have the shot of preference, which is the full swing. And we'll notice how the top players will try, they may have other shots, but they will try to get this stroke of preference where possible. So Tony Kelly has a lot of work to do. Maybe he fouls the ball. And we only see that because it's slowed down. And as he's striking, he sits into the shot. He does the full C-shaped swing. We know it's full C-shaped swing because the hands start high and finish high. Joe Canning as well gets a ball that's thrown to him. Again, we see that because of the slowness of it. But the hands come up high. He gets the full C-shaped swing, full alignment, full conviction. Everything goes into the shot. Starts high, finishes high, and this is the stroke of preference. That pass we mentioned earlier on over to Colm Galvin gets his alignment. Hands go high, start high, finish high, C-shaped swing, and he gets the score. Again here, striking on the run, with the run, turn, skip and strike. Again, getting the hands up high, getting the full alignment, speed, power and accuracy in the strike. And it's, as we watch games, we see a lot of scores happen in these situations. Again, ball is played to Tony Kelly from a half swing. And now Tony Kelly side skips his feet, sits into his shot, full alignment, full conviction, full power, manages to score. Jack Brown clearing the ball from the backs. Donald Tuohy clearing the ball into the full forward line, hitting the ball the length of the field. Tony Kelly, closer to goal, but he has this time, he has the space, and he gets the point. And again, we look at the lightness of the body. Conor Cleary, the lightness of the body. Everything gets onto the front foot, and the body is light. And some really interesting passages of play that we get to observe better when they're slowed down to about 1/5 of their pace. Short swing to Podge Collins. He switches play to the other side of the field. Maybe not quite a full swing, but it's he gets the ball across to Tony Kelly, who's marked by Joe Canning. He would probably like to get his stroke of preference, but he evades him and he stays running, and as he's running he strikes the ball. Unfortunately, it wasn't a score. But we see other aspects or other examples like this. Jamie Shanahan in time and in space. Gets to scan, half swing, passes the ball to Tony Kelly. Tony's touch lets him down, which brings two players onto him, but he gets at a second attempt. And he evades them with really good footwork. And off his right side, not quite the full power, but a full swing. The ball gets across the field on his front foot to Podge Collins. And as the ball comes to Podge is in a little bit of space. Not much there, you'll see again. But sets himself and takes his shot. A couple of more examples. Jamie Shanahan again hits a long ball to the full forward line. David McInerney, I like this aspect. Stops up, gets onto his right side, plays a beautiful ball down for a wing forward. Ian Galvin runs on, and with his option, the best option, he strikes the ball. We're looking at a match from January 2020, Clare under-15s against Flannan's under-15s, just to see where were the options to strike, and the players did not strike. The question I'd like to ask is, does this game benefit our players? The full rules and full choice of using skills. Would smaller sided, more modified games or conditioned games aid striking better? It's slowed down now to about 1/3 of its pace. The clip is, I think, 40 seconds long, and I don't think there's a strike in the whole clip. Now, that's not too dissimilar to what we saw in the first clip, the All-Ireland final, and maybe rucking and tackling and being under pressure, being in possession under pressure are important aspects. But if we feel that striking is a really important skill, maybe we need to make some modifications to the games we're playing with our entry-level players. So this is what we think that the priorities should be. At under 14, to develop the full swing on right and left. To take our time with that and to do it very well. At under 15, to provide opportunities for players to develop their full swing and their half swing. And then find ways and means of doing that. Unopposed skill repetition, intermediate level activities, possession type games. At under 16 level then, there's more of a challenge. So we want players to be able to be challenged and choose the best option and have their decision making as well as their technical skills challenged. So if the players have their good technical skills, then they have more choices available to themselves. But one of the things for us to do is to really find out what is the level of striking in our squads, and then who's able to strike, who's not able to strike, and can we go about helping those who are not able to strike. Thank you very much.